Welcome to Research Business Daily Report. It's made possible by RBDR's exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Lederer, for 25 years, the respected voice in market research. Roll call political reporter Bridget Bowman reported on what looks like the two major issues facing pollsters as they prepare for 2020. But first, let's kind of set some important boundaries about what polling is really all about, because that is critical. Polling happens to be about as conservative an area of research in terms of making changes as any that will be found in the research world, and yet there are well-established polling companies like Harper Polling's Brock McCleary who still declare, quote, the biggest misconception is that the industry, meaning the polling industry, is in crisis, end of quote. Still, polling is being shoved into making adjustments, even what could be called changes, and it's all the result of trying to stop public skepticism after election projection inaccuracies in the very recent past. Pollsters, on the whole, turned in a good performance in 2016. They actually correctly estimated Hillary Clinton's popular vote percentage and winning margin, even though they got the election result wrong because they failed to be able to account for margins that Donald Trump ran up in 3 or 4 Midwestern states. And pollsters were very much on target in 2018 congressional, Senate, and state elections. Still, they're always under the gun to pinpoint the winners correctly. There is never room for any kind of an error, and 2020 and a major election is looming. The factors that pollsters feel they must take on in the next year, well, according to Bowman, quote, the most widely recognized 2016 takeaway was the importance of adjusting for education levels of voters who participate in surveys. Now, pollsters who are peering ahead expect a wholly different game of whack-a-mole, which is to say that after they have successfully dealt with the education component that was so much of an issue 3 years ago, they will have to account for other new concerns that will unexpectedly pop up. And that's the word that came out of Echelon Insight's GOP pollster Patrick Ruffini to Bowman. Declines in telephone polling response rates show no signs of abating, and so more and more will have to be done online, and collecting answers with the proper representativeness, of course, is still an ongoing concern. Pollsters say they expect to rely even more on online panels and online sample for their primary and election work next year. Bowman reported that polls will utilize mixed modes, in other words, landline and mobile phone inputs that will be bolstered by online sources. However, Democratic pollster Jeffrey Pollack of Global Strategy Group pipes in that determining the correct mix between the landlines, the mobile, and the online sourcing will be a very, very important challenge. And Pollack reveals testing simultaneous polling by his company last year. He did regular polling in one aspect, but on the side, he was using unique complementary tools like texting links for web surveys to potential respondents. Finally, there is Change Research co-founder and chief growth officer Pat Riley, who claimed to Bowman, quote, to have cracked the code for online surveys, meaning he can do it cheaper, faster, and representatively more inclusively. Riley disclosed the use of invitations in potential respondents' social media feeds in order to reel them in to take the poll. And after data has been collected, he says he uses a quote-unquote bias correct engine, which automatically weighs results, and he can do all of this for $3,400. Now, that's estimated to be 11% of what a 35-question telephone poll is ordinarily going to cost. That's your Research Business Daily Report. It's been made possible by members of our exclusive community on the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. RBDR is produced thanks to the interest and the generosity of regular viewers like yourself who watch our videos from Monday through Thursday each week. Patreon supporters tell us that watching our videos brings them thoughtful, valuable information that's helpful not only to them, but quite frequently with their clients. So we trust that is true, having heard it from so many people already among RBDR viewers. We've got 45 weeks of our videos planned for this year, so there is a tremendous amount of information coming your way. Much of it, we hope and believe, will be of value to you. If you need more reasons to make a Patreon commitment, well, give me a few days, I'll come up with something new. Visit patreon.com/RBDR, where you can select whatever comfortable level of patronage works for you. In the meantime, have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.